Mr. Speaker, the bill for the consideration of this Honorable House is the Intergovernmental Agreement in Lucia and the United States of America Bill. The purpose of the bill is to amend the Intergovernmental Agreements in Lucia and United States of America Act, Cap 19.26, to improve the monitoring and compliance activities of the Act for better oversight of reporting financial institutions within the jurisdiction. Mr. Speaker, in 2015, St. Lucia signed a reciprocal intergovernmental agreement with the United States to facilitate the exchange of financial account information under the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act factor. In addition, Mr. Speaker, an agreement was signed in 2016 between the competent authority of St. Lucia and the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, of the U.S. to facilitate the exchange of required information. In fact, from 2016, St. Lucia successfully submitted financial account information to the U.S. and has also received financial account information from the U.S. And Mr. Speaker, I remember I was involved in that in 2015 in another place, another time, Mr. Speaker. In accordance with paragraph 4, section 4.1 of the agreement, the competent authority should each seek to ensure that all the information specified in Articles 2.2 and 4.1b of the IGA has been identified and reported. At present, the legislation gives the competent authority the power to enter into the premises or place of a business of a reporting financial institution within reasonable time. However, the Act does not give the power to request information outside of a physical visit to the entity. This information makes it difficult for the competent authority to carry out its mandate of furtherance of the agreement. Mr. Speaker, given the above, it is necessary to amend the Act to permit the competent authority to request information ahead of a physical visit. Information such as due diligence procedures, customer forms, and reporting procedures will be reviewed ahead of an on-site visit, thereby making the review process more efficient. I now move to the amendments, Mr. Speaker, the proposed amendments. Section 2 of the Act is amended as follows. Competent authority. The definition was included to clarify, to clearly identify the entity making the requests to reporting financial institutions. Although the Act speaks to the function and power of the competent authority, the definition speaks to who the competent authority is. Information. This definition was included to properly define the nature of the material which could be obtained by the competent authority. The Act previously referred to this term, but there was no clear definition. Insertion of a new section, Section 3A. Mr. Speaker, Section 3A identifies the competent authority under the Act. This insertion was necessary to remove any ambiguity regarding the authority under which requests are being made and to clearly state the reference of the minister as the competent authority. In this case, the minister referred to is the Minister for Finance. Insertion of 4A and 4B, an amendment to Section 5. Section 4A is inserted to delegate the functions of the competent authority under the Act. These provisions were previously captured in subsections 5.2 and 5.3 of the Act, which have now been deleted. Given these changes, Section 5 is also given a new heading. Mr. Speaker, Section 4B is inserted to give the competent authority the power to require the production of information. Under Section 4B, the competent authority will serve written notice to reporting financial institutions for the purposes of monitoring of the Act. The notice must give the reporting financial institution sufficient details regarding the information that is being sought, inform the institution of the data on confidentiality safeguards which apply, and provide a reasonable time frame to produce the same. Mr. Speaker, this is necessary to ensure that St. Lucia continues to fulfill the requirements of the Act and to assist our financial institutions with a better understanding of their due diligence and reporting obligations. This will help foster greater compliance across the sector. Mr. Speaker, the information collected by the Governmental Authority is in compliance with the transparency standards that has become a global standard. Every nation wants to ensure that it's able to monitor and collect from the citizens or residents their fair share of tax. Further, failure by our jurisdictions to deliver on commitments made under the mentioned agreements would mean negative assessments. This would in turn impact on the positive ratings which have been received from St. Lucia, for St. Lucia. Mr. Speaker, our ability to collect the required information is paramount given the upcoming assessment of St. Lucia in the second half of 2021. To ensure compliance with the law, St. Lucia is implementing a penalty where the financial institution fails to provide the information based on the agreed timelines. Mr. Speaker, the country cannot afford to receive any negative assessments for failing to collect information pursuant to signed agreements and conventions under the exchange of information and non-compliance with global standards on tax transparency. Mr. Speaker, for this reason, I present this bill for consideration of the Honourable House. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.